Welcome to Curious Caravan. I'm Jason, and with me is my co host Lizette. We're here to take you on a journey to America's most curious, quirky, and downright unforgettable spots.
Yep, so if you're into hidden gems, oddball attractions, and a little nostalgia, you're in the right place. Every episode, we're going to dive into a new destination that'll have you itching to explore, or at least give you a fun story to share.
So buckle up because we're about to take you off the beaten path of some of the weirdest and most wonderful places around. Let's dive right into Curious Caravan. Well, TGIF, happy Friday, everybody. We're here with another Curious Caravan to kick off your weekend. And we have a fun one. I mean, at least I think so, Lizette. We're going to be talking about something weird, guys. We like weird and wonderful. This is weird and kind of downright creepy, wouldn't you say?
It's more creepy, in my opinion, but I like creepy when
Oh, yeah.
traveling.
Absolutely. I love those weird offbeat roadside attractions, and the more offbeat and crazy, the better. And this one, I think, really takes the cake. So, we're going to take you through the wonders of the Buffalo Ridge ghost town that is in Buffalo Ridge, South Dakota. And the best way to paint this picture for you is it's Westworld from Wish. You know, the show Westworld, where people can go and they can live out their Western fantasies with a bunch of animatronics. I mean, eventually the animatronics are crazy, but this is like if someone were to do it, it's like do it yourself at home. So this was formerly called the 1880 Cowboy Town. It is
Mhm.
a very interesting roadside attraction. It was marketed as the quote unquote real West when it was built in the 1960s. So the 1880s was just, they made that up.
Yeah.
It was created by two gentlemen named Dean and Bill, and it was operated next to the family's gas station and fireworks store. So,
Which I did look up. Sorry to interrupt,
no, go
Jason.
ahead.
I looked up their backgrounds and it's kind of crazy. Dean was, a high school social studies teacher.
Uh-huh.
So coming from that to what he created is a little crazy and a little unhinged. I'm not gonna lie. It's just weird to see the development of this ghost town, this true ghost town.
So the ghost town is fully automated and it's populated with animatronic robots in all the
Mhm.
different buildings. And the robots are like triggered by buttons or pressure plates that people can push to make them move or do things like, or they just work on their own. Now I say work loosely because it's been pretty much left to its own
It,
devices. It used to get repaired by Bill once a year. Unfortunately, Bill passed away in 2016.
yeah.
And so there's not that much getting updated, but it still exists. You can still visit it.
Dean has also since passed, I believe, too.
Oh, so
Yeah.
really it's just you can visit what's left to,
Yeah. His son actually now runs the place, but he's working the buffalo farm too. So,
oh,
yeah. Very,
interesting.
yep.
So the robots are often broke or glitchy. So every visit's unique.
Very unique.
I mean, visiting it twice, you'll never get the same experience. And I'm down for it. Though, when I tell you these rundown animatronics, these robots are scary. I mean, these things look like, something out of a horror film, like Hills Have Eyes. Guys, if you're going to go to this, drop a map pin for your friends.
Yeah. I
Say, this
mean,
is where I'll be if you haven't heard from me in like an hour. Send help,
send help.
SOS. Um,
911.
these animatronics have come to life and have decided, to pull a Five Night at Freddy's. But there's a few memorable robot scenes that are there that have been crafted. You've got the opera house where there's a singing eye robots, and one wears an eye patch because it's malfunctioning. So they just
Yeah.
hide that. They've got the Abe Lincoln robot, and he is hidden under a giant stovepipe hat with a moving ball on top. Uh,
Yeah.
he does give a speech, though it's important to say that Lincoln wasn't alive in 1880, nor was he connected to South Dakota anyway. But, Dean, who helped create the park, said you got to improvise a little.
Yeah. And I mean, I think he's under repair because last I saw him, on these photos. I he was looking a little worn.
They're beat down. I mean, this is, it's one of those things. But it's a slice of old school Americana. It's something to take pictures of. It's something for your Instagram. I went to Westworld from Timu and I survived. It's one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
Uh, there are some other weird, quirky displays. There's Billy the Kid, but it's only a sign and a pile of planks.
Ooh,
And according to Dean, Billy was never in the area, but apparently they felt the need to put that. There's the See the Ghost Horse Comanche, and it's just a dark hole in the wall. So I guess we're envisioning the horse.
I am envisioning the horse. I think it also is like neon yellow and floating too, like just randomly floating. So very interesting. It's kind of like I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. It's like a peephole you look through, and it's just an odd thing. You can see the strings of it floating. I imagine it's better at night because I bet it
I
glows in the
am,
dark.
you have lost your mind if you think I'm going to this place at night. Heck no. For all we know is these things come alive at some point. I'm not
Ooh, don't
going
tell
out
me
there at
that.
night.
A Toy
No.
Story where they all come alive creepily. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not.
Mm-mm.
No. No.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Again, folks, I know we're painting a very scary picture, but I know there's people out there that will be like, "Oh, this is the place to go." And I'm serious. I really there is a novelty to it. And
Novelty is a great word for it. Yep.
I think these kind of places are important. I feel like we lose so much creativity and just that uniqueness of roadside attractions as everything just becomes super slick with all those super theme parks that open up and everything
Mm-hmm.
that kind of takes over as things get developed more and more and you kind of lose that bit of history. So for me, I mean something that's been kind of built and then just kind of left to decay, but a slice of the 60s and 70s is really cool to me.
Yeah.
You know, there's also a magician robot that's broken. He doesn't move, but he screams on a loop. So that's
Oh,
fun.
I would love that. Getting screamed at on a loop.
There's a twitching robot victim in the gold mine. That's fun. But yeah, you guys listen. It feels part ghost town, part horror show. It's part art. It looks abandoned from the road. You're going to see broken windows, peeling paint, maybe some yellow caution tape. But it's not one of those polished tourist traps, It's like it's weird, it's unsettling, but I find it fascinating,
It's
and
almost like a little ode to the history. And it's a little, I don't know, I think of it as a love story to history. They tried their best, they gave it a little love and care back in the day. And it's,
and I mean, it looks like they probably it was a lot of the animatronics or whatever came from mannequins that may have been tossed out by a store
yeah,
at some point.
they
Uh,
tried.
they
They
tried. They
tried.
really tried. They tried, and that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but looking at some of the reviews, if you were to go to TripAdvisor, I mean, it is there are some dreadful, completely run down. Half the animatronics didn't work, and what did work sounded terrible and were in poor condition. The buildings were horribly run down to practically falling apart, and the kids kept asking where all the people were. There weren't
Yeah.
any.
Oh,
Uh, I feel robbed. Hey, I'm all about it. If you're a ghost hunter,
maybe there are some ghosts here.
here's a little bit slightly one, a little better one. Bizarre. Set your expectations. It's an odd, very dusty place. The proprietor was very friendly, though. If you need to stretch your legs on a road trip, stop. And if you do miss it, there's no need to kick yourself. But, my family and I wondered if we'd enter the Twilight Zone. Sign me up.
Sign me up. I liked
Uh,
the one, the really nice one by Evan. Did you see that one?
mm-mm.
He was like, out of the way attractions are fun if you have the right mindset. It's not modern. It would be like a pre Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. So I don't know. I thought it was a kind one. He gave it 5 stars, and I was like, yep, you know what? That's good enough for me. I'm gonna go. I
And,
even liked it.
it's worth the trip also because you can see the buffalo at the buffalo farm.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And I'm
I
sure
mean,
there's
if
some young ones too.
if you don't want to, if you're not into that, you can see the buffalo.
Also, though, I hear on Wednesdays, Brad comes in and sorry, this is so sad, but you can get buffalo meat on Wednesdays. You can purchase buffalo meat.
I love how we go from talking about baby buffalo to, oh, you can see the young baby buffalo, but on Wednesdays you can come and, get the buffalo meat.
Sorry. I thought it
Oh,
was
Lizette.
interesting. Uh,
Sorry if you're to all those vegans out there and vegetarians, we apologize that this is taking in a very dark turn.
yeah, sorry.
It happens. It happens. But check it out. I
Yeah.
think if you love the Wild West, if you love Westworld, you love animatronics, you love mannequins, you love ghosts, you love something that may have you running for the hills screaming,
And a
don't go
little
at
bit of,
night.
yeah, a little bit of history too. I mean,
Little bit
I'm
of history. I mean, it's still family run. I'm sure they've got fun insights about all of that. I say check it out.
see it for yourself and tell us how it is.
And even better, I mean, Abe Lincoln's arm is a PVC pipe that's duct taped on. So, I mean,
Don't stare into his eyes.
yeah, don't.
Don't. I would fear a curse would be upon you, but just take that with a grain of salt. Oh,
So, I mean, hopefully we've given you a little something to think about into your weekend. If you're happening to pass through Buffalo Ridge, South Dakota, make a stop at the crazy West world of the United States. But
check it out.
anyway, that's all for today. We will get you next time and stay curious.
Bye, folks. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. We hope you enjoyed the journey as much as we did.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review Curious Caravan on your favorite podcast platform. It helps more curious minds like you find us.
And if you're hungry for more weird and wonderful travel, follow us on social for extra content and behind the scenes sneak peeks.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep being curious, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Curious Caravan.